Okay folks, hello and welcome back. Elwynn and Brelyna have sat by the waterside, taking in the peace and tranquility and enjoying some sweet treats to boost their energy levels, sipping on some spiced wine. Unfortunately, Brelyna had to make do with spiced wine as the ale, well, was not there for her tonight. As already stated, we are going to press on with another quest. So on this occasion, whilst we are en route back to Solitude, before we get there, Wolfskull Cave is along the way. We have a quest given to us by the Jarl's, what's he called? The name escapes me. Falk Firebeard or something like that. Foul Breath. I think he's called Falk. Anyway, he is the steward. That's the word I was looking for. He is the Jarl's steward, and he gave us the quest to clear out Wolfskull Cave. So that is what we are going to do. Once we have cleared Wolfskull Cave, only then shall we head back to Solitude for rest and recuperation. But the first order of the day is to try and get to Wolfskull Cave, which is going to prove a little bit more tricky than I anticipated. If you remember, we had to jump off a cliff to get down to Northwatch Keep. Yeah, well, we're going to have to try and find ourselves a route back up via a path, because, well, we can't rock climb up. So whilst I do endeavour to find my way towards our next destination, I'm going to take the opportunity to read a book. Now this book was suggested to me by a viewer or a subscriber on one of the comments of my previous videos, suggesting that this book would be hilarious if it was to be read during one of my sessions. So you know who you are if you're watching. Thank you for the suggestion, and here it is. And the book is The Lusty Argonian Maid by Crassius Curio, and it's some short excerpts from Crassius Curio's bawdy play. Now this book apparently was in both Morrowind and Oblivion. However, for the Skyrim version of this book, an extra act has been added. So starting off then with Act 4, Scene 2. No, rather Act 4, Scene 3. Apologies. Conversation between an Argonian maid by the name of Lifts Her Tail and no doubt one of her masters, Crantius Colto. So starting off then with Lifts Her Tail. Certainly not, kind sir. I am here but to clean your chambers. Is that all you have come here for, little one? My chambers? I have no idea what it is you imply, master. I am but a poor Argonian maid. So you are, my dumpling, and a good one at that. Such strong legs and shapely tail. You embarrass me, sir. Fear not, you are safe here with me. I must finish my cleaning, sir. The mistress will have my head if I do not. Cleaning, eh? I have something for you. Here, polish my spear. But it is huge. It could take me all night. Plenty of time, my sweet. Plenty of time. Good grief. So that's Act 4, Scene 3. And added for Skyrim, we have Act 7, Scene 2. Once again, between the same two people. Once again, lifts her tail to start. My goodness, that's quite a loaf. But however shall it fit my oven? This loaf isn't ready for baking, my sweet. It has yet to rise. If only we could hurry that along, how would I accomplish such a task? Oh, my foolish little Argonian maid, you must use your hands. You wish me to knead the loaf? Here? Of course. But what if the mistress catches me? Your loaf was meant to satisfy her appetite. Don't fret, my delicate flower. I'll satisfy the mistress' cravings later. Very well. But I'm afraid my oven isn't hot enough. It could take hours. Plenty of time, my sweet. Plenty of time. A rather shocking affair. And I'm not talking about the book either. Yeah, so there you go. I got Lusty Argonian Maid. A book full of innuendos. Make of it what you will. Viewer discretion is advised. Yes, we're still trying to find Wolfskull Cave and struggling. And the tilt of this apparent tower is not helping. It's all cockeyed, thus making my eyes go funny. There's a chest over there in the distance, which no doubt we will take a look inside of, despite the expert lock. And I believe that we don't have that book either, which is why I took it. Lovely. Well, quicking increased to level 64. Not doing too shabbily. And for a change, a decent amount of gold to reward us for our efforts. Ultimately, my main concern is trying to find Wolfskull Cave, and it appears that going through this cockeyed tower isn't the way to go. So onwards. Elwynn has been doing some thinking. He's been travelling with Brelyna for an awfully long time now. It seemed like aeons ago since Lydia perished in that fateful dungeon. Many, many moons ago, it feels like. And Brelyna's been with us ever since. And Elwynn, as I said, has been doing some thinking. I totally forgot about the Kind's peace shout here and decided to run to the aid of the Imperial soldiers to try and save us. which, when accompanied by Elwynn and, well, Mr. Frosty, they did indeed help me out of a bit of a sticky situation. So yes, as we press on towards our destination, Elwynn has been doing some thinking. Now, Brelyna has been a companion. She has been our protector. She saved our life and countless times. She's been a good friend. We've shared many drinking sessions together, many nights in taverns and inns, and you know, you get quite close to somebody when that's the case. You're left adventuring together, going through thick and thin. A bond is created. Do I remember Kain's piece here, or do I just elect to destroy the bear? Ah, I remembered it this time. Good. Leave the poor bear alone. But meanwhile, rather than coming to assist us, Brelyna decides to take the very rare opportunity to pet the bear. You see that? She's there, taking the time while the bear is calmed and not attacking, taking the time to give it a quick stroke. It's not every day you can stroke a tame bear, is it? Maybe she has it on one of her list of things to do. Top 100 things to do before you die. Number 92. Pet a bear. Anyway, so yes, we've been thinking. Now, as the Archmage of the College of Winterhold, sometimes you've got to take a step back and think about things professionally. And if one of his students' learning is being hampered in any way because of his own personal opinions and feelings, then that's not really great. Now, Elwynn is a firm believer that there is no substitute for practical application. And when adventuring and having one's life placed in danger, like now for instance, using your spells for offensive and defensive purposes
Alright, hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish.
Is extremely invaluable. And Elwynn deciding this is the time to perhaps try some of his improved silver tongue techniques.
No, I guess not. Well, get out of here before I change my mind.
And working a charm, as you've seen. And Brelyna finally catches up to us, donning Dawnbreaker by her side. So Brelyna has, of course, gleaned a whole host of practical application in situations of life and death, which is vital to being able to be an efficient spellcaster. Too many tutors within the College of Winterhold have been just that, tutors, for many years, and their practical use of magic is probably waned. If they were faced with a life and death situation, maybe even the likes of Tolfdir and the rest of them might just struggle a little bit. Maybe freeze like a rabbit in the headlights. But there is also a merit to theoretical practice and studying from books. It's about finding the right balance to achieve the best learning experience. Brelyna's had a boatload of practical application, but since joining Elwynn's side, theoretical practice has been lacking. And although he hasn't told her yet, he's coming to the conclusion that perhaps it's about time Brelyna headed back to Winterhold and started once again putting some effort into studying from books. Now this is the decision that he hasn't taken lightly. Brelyna is a good friend, a good companion, and having her left behind at Winterhold, well, let's just say, initially, probably takes some getting over. But it is for the gooder, it is for the better. It is for her own development, and as the Archmage, he has a duty of care to all his students. When she does return to Winterhold, she will of course be studying from tomes and theory, but she won't be simply returning as a out-and-out student. Because of her practical application, she has a lot to teach others, and therefore she will be promoted to temporary and honorary professor, standing in to give lessons in the practical applications of both offensive and defensive magics. Almost like a sparring type situation. When you're doing a martial arts, you have a spar with another person to put what you've learned into practice, that sort of thing. But of course, we're not at Winterhold yet, and we don't plan to go back to Winterhold until we've absolutely cleared the Solitude area, the Haffingar Hold. So we've still got a few quests to do, and we still have some exploration to do. But when we do return to Winterhold, when we've finished here, Brelyna will take her leave, and we shall have to find ourselves a new companion. So it looks like we've found ourselves a dungeon full of undead, which reminds me about poor old Jazago and his scroll, which we are yet to test out. We will get to it one day, I swear it. Okay, things got a little bit hairy there. We were never in danger of dying, but got attacked from behind at one point. Of course, the one disadvantage about coming here rather than stopping off at Solitude first is the fact that we are already laden with goodies, and therefore anything we try and loot from here is going to have to be extremely lucrative for us to even consider it. Is that a bad thing? Yeah, some would argue not. And it seems that this is the only way down. Leap of faith required. Are you damning me or damning yourself for being clumsy? I mean, did you twist an ankle or something? I'm perfectly fine. Come on, stop your whining as we head deeper into Wolfskull ruins.